In this video we will demonstrate the use of the Excel note taker application. This web page provides a quick summary of the Excel note taker. It is a note taking tool that is based on Excel with VBA code written behind it to achieve the functionality desired. The Excel note taker has a branch and leaf structure which allows the user to create multiple worksheets on a workbook, and from within that workbook allows the user to create multiple other workbooks, and within them you can have multiple worksheets and so on. What you can see on this illustration is that each workbook will have a unique directory automatically created, allowing the user to store other files and associated information within the directory, which can be easily accessible from that specific workbook. And the application provides the mechanism to easily navigate between these workbooks, which is quite beneficial. So let's go ahead and download this application by clicking this button. When I click the button, it opens up a separate tab. I will click the download button here and it will download it to the downloads folder, and it downloads it as a zip file. What I will do is I will extract it. You can save it at a location that is convenient to you. For the purpose of illustration, I will simply extract it to the same location. Okay, that is the directory. I will open that. The documents directory is where the unique directories that are automatically created will be stored. That one's a template document which you shouldn't have to open up. The notes Excel workbook is the first and primary workbook. So let me open that one. Okay, in this case I'm getting this message: Microsoft has blocked macros from running because the source of this file is untrusted. Perhaps what I will first do is right click, go to properties and unblock it, which will avoid any further issues. Perhaps I might do that onto this template as well. Don't need to open that. I've already opened the notes file. So let me just start by creating a worksheet within here. I will go here and type the title of the worksheet. Click create sheet. It will ask me to confirm the name. The name looks okay, and it's now created a worksheet. I press the table of contents button here to go back. And what I can do is I can now create a workbook. I will click the create workbook button, confirm the name is okay, and what it just did was it created a workbook, added a link to that workbook on the parent workbook, and opened the actual workbook itself. So now this workbook is blank, there are no worksheets. I will create a worksheet called summary in here, and it's now done that. And you will see some buttons here. The directory button opens the unique directory it would have created, and as you can see, that is a unique directory. And the C directory copies to the clipboard the path of that unique directory. So let's say I create a notepad file, for example. I'll click this button to copy the path, and now I want to save this. Control S. I press Control V, and it will go to that directory, and I've saved it. Now if I want to add the URL to that file which I just saved, I can click Add Hyperlinks, and now I select the location, press OK. It automatically takes me to that unique directory, and I can just select that and it will do that. I press this RL button to change these links to relative links, so that if I do move the entire notes directory to some other location, these links will still work. So as general practice, it's good to press that button. It won't change the description, but if you can have a look at the actual hyperlink, it's converted that into a relative link, which will be useful. So click that, and here I have the option to click two buttons. Close Go Parent will close this workbook and go to the parent. If I simply click parent, it will keep this workbook and go to the parent. See, it's now going to the parent. When I click parent, I can click this again to come back here. So if you're planning to work on this workbook and simply want to refer to the parent one, it's quicker to click parent and come back. But if you know you're done with this, you can click close Go Parent. When you click the close Go Parent, it automatically saves it as well. Alternatively, you can save it anytime by clicking this button. You can even close it here. I'll do that, and I've gone to the worksheets of the primary workbook, and that one's got its own directory, right? So now let's go to this first workbook here again, and from there let me spawn another one, another workbook. I've now created another workbook. Let's create a sheet called Notes. And let's just have a look at the directory here. It's an empty directory that has been created for itself. What I will do is I'll copy the directory path to the clipboard, and Control S to save, Control V to paste that, and save that there. Close this, and let me add a hyperlink to that. Make it relative. And there you go. That's how you can spawn multiple linked workbooks and use these buttons to easily navigate through them. So we're coming back to the first workbook, the notes workbook and open this my first workbook, and in there I've created a worksheet, and within there I've created another workbook called test workbook, and I can go on and on. And obviously now on the notes one I can create a separate workbook, and it's done that. And as I said, every workbook will have its own unique directory. Okay, let me just take you to the folder which we originally had. So, and as you can see, all the newly created workbooks are here, and the unique directories are here, right? Okay, so let me close all these. I can't close this one because this is a master one from here, because there is no parent to go to. I'll just click close. Okay, I can copy this entire directory and move it to somewhere else. So currently it's in downloads. I'll move it to documents, for example. I should have actually cut this to illustrate it better. Maybe I'll delete that. Okay, I've now deleted that, so the original one in the downloads directory is no longer there. So I brought it here. I'll open the notes document again. What I'm trying to illustrate is that these links will still continue to work despite the fact that I've moved the entire directory to a different location. So let me press that, and it still opens that file because I made all these links relative by clicking this button. So regardless of me having moved the entire directory to somewhere else, all these links continue to work. So that makes it pretty portable, and you can actually have this entire directory on your personal OneDrive, for example, and you can open it from any computer anywhere, and you will have this feature of being able to navigate between these files and open the unique directory, open the links, and so on. But you got to make sure that you don't have autosave on. If you are moving this to a OneDrive or SharePoint directory, because if you have this on, sometimes when you create these new workbooks, it obtains the URL paths to it as opposed to the local path, which tends to confuse the system. And I think you need to change your settings on your OneDrive via the properties to make sure the autosave feature is off. That's something to keep note of, especially if you are planning to use this on OneDrive or SharePoint. And the other thing is, if I go to the VBA code, I won't go through the details of the VBA code. So all of them are coded on this workbook section, and you can improve it and change it to suit your needs as you see fit. So it's nothing complex, it's fairly straightforward. If you know a little bit of VBA, all this will be self-explanatory, and you can obviously improve it to suit your needs. If you're making changes, you should make changes to the actual template document, so VBA, because all it's doing is making a copy of this template and changing the names. So if you're making some changes to the VBA to improve it, you should be doing that on the VBA of this one. And that concludes this video. Once again, you can download it by clicking this button here and see whether it might be of any use to you.